It is interesting that the song that you guys played for me last night, where you are in the old age home, and it's about that transition into the afterlife, and it's a very reassuring message.
Yes.
It does seem like you guys have no fear about facing that, and also providing comfort for other people. What is your stance on that?
That's a good question. That's a very good question, because I've always thought, like, it's like, oh, everybody says I'm afraid to die, but I really don't want to die, or I'm not afraid to die. But in actuality, everybody's afraid to die. And I was always wondering, it's like, what's going to happen at that time? And I've seen some other people who share the same faith with us, that when they were leaving, they shared it with everybody else as well, too. And it was a time that they were coming together, and I was like, that's where I want to be. I want to be brave like that, because I do know where I'm going. And to me, that's exciting. I'm not trying to get there soon.
Right.
I want to enjoy and live my life as much as possible. But when we do pass on, it is a better life. It is a better place. And it's an exciting time, and it's going to be like, I can't wait for that time to happen. I just want to sit there and have like that courage and that bravery to sit there and say, you know something, I've lived my life, and it's time for me to go ahead and move on and pass on. Let me just go ahead and make peace with everything and say goodbye to everybody, and and I will see you again. And I want to do like how I saw my friend when she did that, and leave that kind of legacy behind for them as well too. When it's my time, we've already decided. We're like, I want to be planted as a tree. I want to have a party. And it's like, I want all the music played and everybody singing and dancing and having a good time, and not a time of celebration. So I was like, so whoever goes first, it's like they're in charge of planning the party and inviting everybody.
Well, it's really fitting that it would be a great celebration, probably on the beach.
Really. Oh, yes. Still true.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's exciting. So, well, while you're here, it sounds like you guys both really want to make an impact, and that you, in a sense, you're living a legacy with the work that you're doing. What more is it that you want to do while you're here?
Well, that's the good question, because I was sitting there thinking that when I do die, they always sit there and say, when you get to the pearly gates, they ask you, so what have you done? And I want to go up there and say, I did do something, or I tried to do something. So even if every single day, if I could sit there and like make one little minor impact on one person per day, whether it's sharing a little bit of truth, if it's sharing a little bit of happiness, if it's sharing a little bit of love, or if it's sharing a little bit of service, each day, and then it just continues to grow. And then when I see other people starting to do the same thing, then it's like, okay, then I'm not wasting that day. I'm not wasting that time, because I can still be a selfish person. I can totally enjoy myself and relax and do other stuff, but I don't want it to be like, that's all I'm thinking about is just myself. I want to be able to do something for somebody each and every single day. And it could be in little things. It's not always about giving time or money or other things. There's all sorts of different ways to sit there and be of service and to make someone's day a little bit brighter.
That is beautiful. And I think there's a difference between being selfish and practicing self-care. So what are some of the ways that you practice self-care, especially with being a touring musician?
Korean
Lots of tequila.
spa.
Okay.
Yeah, I take my
spa.
girlfriends, all of my friends who come over, if they come visit me, they always know that I always take them to the Korean spa.
Yes.
And that's the day.
Next time.
Yes, I would have to take it, yes.
Yeah.
I go and veg out for the day, and I just lay there, just laying on the mat, just...
Rebuild your strength.
Rebuild, because you feel so energized coming out of there. It's a great detox. It's a great just to be able to relax, just not to have to worry about anything. I love the Korean spa. That's one of my things. And when I come home, I like cooking. I like going into my comas and watching Korean dramas. I'll do Netflix or Hulu all day. I'll just like try to cram everything.
Star Trek.
Yes, Star Trek, yes. And I'll do it for like hours. I'll just do binge. And then once I do that, it's like, okay, I'm kind of laid in the bed for 2 days in my pajamas. So let me get out of bed and like do something else. And I regroup. And it was the same thing that when I raised my daughter, because my girlfriend said, you need to get out the house, because if you stay here with these kids, you will just go nuts. So go out, enjoy yourself, and then regroup. And then when you regroup, then you can sit there and you have more energy and you have more patience and you have more understanding to sit there and take everything else on. So I'm always saying work balance. Work hard, play hard.
Well, so Pato has kids as well. How have you guys been able to bring them together? And the second question is, have they been able to support your belief system?
Oh, yes. His kids are very, very supportive. His daughters had flown out. His 4 daughters flew out for our wedding. And when I'm with them, they're more like my sisters. You know, it's the same thing because my daughter's grown as well, too. So it's not like you're hanging out with your kids anymore. You're kind of hanging out with other women. And it's like, you know, girls' night or girls' day out and stuff. His sons were very loving, very supportive. And I've also met his ex-wife and also the mother of his other children as well, too. They're a very close-knit, tight family. And I really love seeing that because it's like you don't see all the animosity that people see in like kind of broken, you know, or broken families or other stuff. But it's like once you start a family, you're still always going to be family together forever and stuff. And I think I really appreciated that because I was kind of nervous. It's like, you know, am I going to be like the other woman or the new one or whatever? But they just welcomed me with just total open arms and love.
Did Pato set the tone for that, or is it more about the type of people he's just attracted?
I think it's the type of people that he's attracted to. And also because what I learned from his family was that he's always been on this spiritual tip. You know, they were like, since he was a little kid, he was always like the oddball, you know, they're just looking for truth and righteousness and on this spiritual tip. So I think he had a lot of influence already because people already admired him in his neighborhood before he even got into music. But his family members and other people around in his neighborhood. So then later, so his kids were already raised in that environment. The people around him are already in that environment. His mother is the kind of person where her door is open to everybody all the time. It's always a house full of people. There's people, she's feeding everybody. She's watching everybody else's kids. She's the one they come to for advice. And it's like, you know, she's the queen. She's the
matriarch.
She is.
Yeah.
She is, yeah.
Sounds inspiring.
It is.
Well, I hope that people take away inspiration from you guys as a couple because it sounds like you have really unified in terms of your belief system and your interests and goals and going out and serving beyond yourselves. And I think if people follow suit after that, this planet will become a happier, more supported place.
I think so too. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.